All right, so you're in the high ticket space and you want to get hired, or you just broke into the high ticket space and you want to get hired. I'm going to break down to you all of the sauce. This is going to be the best video you're ever going to see on how to get hired in remote sales. I'm going to explain to you how you can get paid, how you can find freedom, and how you can actually build your dream life. In this video, what we're going to look at is a couple things. We're going to look at where you can find the best opportunities without burning time. Essentially, both of those things, how you can find the best opportunities without burning lots of time, because a lot of people take so much time in the sales space. Like I know people who have been looking for offers for, I don't know, freaking months, man, like 3, 4 months trying to find an offer, and they just don't know how. And it's kind of this little dirty secret in the sales industry that no one really talks about. All these people are promising a lot of, cash and promising job opportunities. You know who I'm talking about. There's like programs you've probably been in before. And what do they talk about in the sales call? They're like, we're basically going to help you get hired. You're paying us, you pay us the $3,000 and we'll put you in a position where you can get hired. It doesn't exactly work like that. And there's a bunch of reasons why it doesn't, which I'll explain to you why in a second. And we're going to go very deep here. We're going to go in detail. I'm going to explain to you the exact process by which you can use to find amazing offers, like to work on, to make money. And then I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can get to 10K per month as a remote sales pro with speed. Because again, you can make money in this space. Like, there's a lot of people that don't make money, and I would say most people who get into the remote sales don't make money. That's the truth. But the people who train with the right people, and if you have the right mentorship, you have the right accountability, you have the right guidance, you really definitely absolutely can make money. And that's my goal. My goal here is to show you exactly how you can make money in the space, and how to do it efficiently, because I've been through the space. I train closers now. I place closers on offers. I've hired different offers for different offers, and I understand what it takes. And I'm going to give you the inside track into how to make it in the sales space, how to make it in the sales industry. No BS whatsoever. So I'll give you a couple of things before we start. And this is what's important to understand. When you see sales programs and you see people saying, like, join my high ticket program, there's this new opportunity in the market that's going to teach you a new high income skill and how to make money. A lot of those programs promise you the world and don't deliver on it. I'm not here to talk shit. I'm not going to talk crap on any of those programs or just say bad things about them. That's not why I'm here. But I want to just tell you some real shit here. A lot of times, these programs are promising you job opportunities that they're unable to deliver on. And either what's going to happen is you won't get hired, or the job opportunity is very, very crappy, like very bad, and you end up getting bounced out. And what happens in the industry is kind of like, I want to show you an example of this. I'm going to draw it out actually. Kind of like if you were to imagine, let's say, like a triangle. Let's use this. I think a triangle will be the best example of this, and I'm terrible at drawing on whiteboards, but it's kind of like the best opportunities in the sales space, which would be right here, are reserved for, like, let's say about 15% of sales pros. You could say that, maybe 15%. This could go to like 20 maybe, but 15% of sales pros. And then everyone else deals with the bottom half of opportunities, which are just really crappy opportunities where you're working with business owners that are promising a lot and under delivering and all that. So when companies in these sales opportunities, or the sales opportunity finding coaching businesses, are like, we're going to give you an amazing sales opportunity, and they're promising you all this stuff, what they really mean is that we're going to place you here, like in one of these shit opportunities. And the reason why, it's very simple. It's not like confusing to understand this. It's because the best companies, the ones that actually can provide you a position where you're going to make 10K, 15K, 20K per month, they don't hire just from these massive offer finding companies, right? They don't hire from these companies. They hire because they know someone who knows someone. Like the CEO, the founder of the business, knows someone who's running a coaching program. Like me, as an example, I placed someone recently on an offer where he's already making 10 to 12K per month right now on his second or third month. And the way I hired him was because I trained the guy, the business owner, in sales that ended up hiring him. So I trained this business owner. We'll call him John. I trained John, the business owner. John scaled the business using my trainings with sales. He scaled the business to the 100K per month mark, 100K, 150, I think now, per month mark. And then he was like, I need a closer. So I hired a closer, someone that I knew, someone that was from my network. I hired that closer for John, right? That's how the closer got in that position. It's very rare It's not impossible, but it's rare that you coming into the sales space as someone with no experience or very low experience are just going to get hired on this magical job opportunity. It does not happen. And even if you see case studies and you see results from people promising this, those are the 1% in their program. Again, I know because I've coached a lot of the people that are in these guys' programs. Like they'll go and do a program. I really want to say names, but I'm not going to say it. But they'll do a program that has really good marketing and it says, we're going to promise you and help you find this new special opportunity. And then they go to the program and all the opportunities are absolute shit where you're making like 1K, 1.5K a month. You're some grunt. There's like none of the calls are like showing up, or the people that are coming on the calls are hyper unqualified. It's just terrible. And then what happens? They come to me and then I end up training them, getting them better at sales, first of all, because you need to be good at sales in order to be in the best opportunities. And then I help them find something through my network or through a organization like a company we're partnered with, right? So that's like the dirty truth of the industry. And I'm going to explain to you how you can actually get hired. There's 3 ways you can make this work, okay? And this is what most people do, which sucks because most people don't like to spend money and they don't like to take risks. And that's the truth. So the first option you have is luck or cold outreach, okay? And I will tell you, this can work. It can work. I'm not going to be delusional and tell you that it can't work. I know many people who have found job opportunities through using cold outreach. My first sales opportunity, my first 2 actually, I found through cold outreach because I didn't have anyone I knew in the sales space. All I did was I DM'd like 50 people, actually a bit less because I got a very high hit rate. But I did get opportunities. There's a couple problems with this though. So the benefit, I'll start with the good. The benefit of doing cold outreach for you is you have to spend no money. Okay, so if you're someone, and I know people like this, and you're probably like, if you've just been like lurking on my channel and you have the ability to invest in yourself in terms of sales and you want to get better opportunities, some of you I know who are like this because I've spoken to you, then like shame on you for not actually investing in yourself and wanting just cheap fixes and not valuing investing in yourself. Shame on you for not handling your objections, your own mental limitations, and your limiting beliefs that are preventing you from actually getting to where you want to be. Because the rest of these things, by the way, are paid. Okay, that's the best way to find job opportunities. You just to pay for them, and I will explain how that works. It's not like join a program that promises you an immediate job, like an easy fix, and then get hired. I'm not talking about that. I'll explain what I mean in 1 second. But the first thing you can do, let's say you're at 0 right now. You have 0 money, nothing. Number 1 is I probably wouldn't tell you to go for a closing job. I would tell because if someone hires you and you have no experience in the sales space, they're probably wasting your time or scamming you. No joke, they're probably wasting your time because it wouldn't make sense that a good company would want to hire you. This is what happened to me, by the way. My first closing offer was horrible. I didn't get paid my commissions. The company basically scammed me and all the people on the team. The business owner was a real piece of, like horrible person, scamming people, like talking about his life in Dubai, and he was basically lying and didn't live that life at all. No joke. Like I experienced that, and I was a closer on his team. And he hired me within 48 hours, I was so excited at the time when I first got into sales. I was like, hey, it's easy to find jobs here. But I made essentially no money on that offer, and I got absolutely destroyed and wasted a bunch of my time. But you can do cold outreach. You can do cold outreach, and it's going to be 0 cost. So you have no risk to yourself in terms of cost. Actually, the opportunity cost is very high because you'll probably waste time getting on a bad opportunity. But I know people who have broken into the sales space, said I am in sales, I'm a setter or a closer or something like that, by doing cold outreach. And by the way, if you want to be a setter, I think that's okay to start with this. If you want to start off as a setter, which I would say is a great path for a lot of younger people, starting off as a setter, cold outreach is okay. Like that's not a problem. You can get hired as a setter. It's still harder to find great jobs, but you can. The problems with cold outreach is a couple things. Number 1 is you're more likely to run into scams or time wasters. Okay, a scam, by the way, doesn't mean like someone who's going to take your money. I don't mean that. By scam, what I mean is you like not getting paid, or the company like making a lot of promises to you and then not delivering on them. That's what I mean when I say like scams. And then time wasters, people again that are going to promise you the world and are going to say, hey, we're going to provide X, Y, and Z for you, but at the end of the day, they don't come through. They don't provide anything. You don't want to experience that in this space. That's wasting your time. That's not serving you, right? So when you go through cold outreach, you don't have anyone supporting you, no one backing you. There's no one who's kind of like, hey, this is how it works. This is how you actually get to the next level. This is someone that I know in my industry that can vouch for you, that I trust myself. That's number 1. And then you have no trust also. So business owners don't trust you and you don't trust them. That's the problem. There's not a lot of mutual trust. It's not like, hey, I'm introducing you to this business owner that I know, that I actually vouch for, that I trust. Instead, it's kind of like, hey, like, just come and work for me off of a handshake agreement that we both trust each other. I'm not a fan of doing business that way. I'm not. And again, when you just rely on cold outreach and you have no network supporting you, you have no people that are backing you, no one vouching for you, no one who's on your team, that's likely to happen. And also, it's just high effort and low reward. Like, again, you absolutely can DM, and if you need to find your first offers in the sales space, absolutely DM. Like, I'm not against that. Even now, I use cold DMs to connect with business owners still. Sometimes I'll DM someone cold. Completely, I'll do that. And we put steps up as far as cold outreach into our business. It's part of the game. But I would say that it is not efficient, and it is very high effort and is very low reward. I'm not a fan of just doing the cold DMs. If you don't have another option, do this, right? But this is the worst option, essentially. Like, this is option three out of the three I'm giving you. The worst one is just luck and cold outreach, because you kind of have to stumble upon someone. Now, one thing I would tell you, and I made an earlier video about this. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'm going to show you this video here. Look at this. I'll just share my screen, I think, because you guys can. Oh, you can't see me here because I shared only this tab, so you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So I can't pull up this video right now. But there's a video that I created called how to find remote sales jobs. It's a bit different than this one, and I explain the roadmap from 0 to 100K a year. And you can go click that video. It has like 5.5K views, I think, right now as of me shooting this. And it's on our channel. It's inside of my sales trainings. It's very, very valuable. That video breaks down exactly how I would do cold outreach and how to set your profile up to actually get responses. Because what you can do is, if you are going to use cold outreach, you basically want to optimize your profile to make it more likely that people are going to respond to you. If you're going to use cold outreach, at least give yourself a fighting chance. So in that video, I break down exactly how you can use cold outreach effectively to find sales gigs. So go ahead and check that video out. It's on our channel. It's like, just look up. If you can't find the video, you shouldn't be in this space if you can't find a YouTube video. It's in the video. It's in my channel. It's quite obvious what the video is. It says how to find sales gigs. But check that out. It talks about optimizing your profile. But the thing I was going to say here is, like, it's high effort and low reward for sure. Like, you're putting in a lot of effort with the low chance of success. But if you optimize the profile, and if your profile looks good, your Instagram profile, your Twitter, you have like role plays up, you show like you're in the game collecting cash, you talk about your success, there's a very good chance you'll find something and you can make it in the space. Like, I know guys that are setters and SDRs right now that are making $4,000 to $5,000 a month that they got through cold outreach. Shout out my boy Indian, who's making money. Just had like a $700 commissions day as a setter because he did a bunch of cold outreach, and like a gangster went out and got his own stuff, and he reached out to people through X, reached out through Instagram, and his profiles look good though, right? And he's a killer. This kid's a winner, and he's gonna make good money in this space. So luck and cold outreach is one. The other option that is better now, we're starting to get a little warm here, is low ticket communities. Okay, now low ticket communities are a funny thing because there's pros and cons. I'll again start with the pros. One thing I like about low ticket communities is there are more real opportunities. Okay, the opportunities are real. And what I found is that in low ticket communities, this is what I'm talking about, like a $100, $200, $300 a month community. There are opportunities coming through. That's a fact. Like some of the better opportunities that I've seen in the sales space, I've seen and been connected with and have found through low ticket communities. That's a fact. You know, just seeing people sharing job opportunities in the boards, things like that. You can find them in low ticket communities. And one other thing that's really great is you kind of can take baby steps in the sales space. Maybe at the position you're in right now, and this happens to people that we do calls with. Sometimes I'll tell someone, hey, I don't think you'd be a good job for a good fit for our protocols program because it's really intense, it's really next level. I think that right now you're just getting in, and I don't feel like we can serve you the best right now. I think your mindset needs work. You need to start somewhere. So I say get into a lower ticket program that we have or that someone else has, and start taking little baby steps. And then it's less risk, right? You spend $500, you invest $500, $200 a month, whatever it would be in this program. You can pause anytime you want. You can stop, cancel your membership. There's no real risk to you. And if you're someone who doesn't like taking risk, you're financially in a spot where you're very scared and you just like free stuff, this is a good starting point going into a low ticket community. So I actually like this for some people, specifically people who don't have the ability to really invest in themselves, or if you're just like a very afraid person, you don't like taking on risk. Like, I talk to people like this on calls all the time. Sometimes we'll get a guy who comes in and he's like, yeah, I'm in a financially tight spot. I'm like, dude, I know you probably could find a way to do this, but you're kind of just, you don't like, you're afraid to invest in yourself. Fine. That's fine. Just join some kind of pro community at all that gives you some kind of training. The problem with these low ticket communities though, and these are not big problems, but they're just problems you can avoid if you invest in higher ticket program, is the training is more low quality. And you're kind of just thrown in with a bunch of people. There's not a lot of like deep one-to-one attention and support from experts, right? So there's low ticket communities that I've been a part of that I've seen where you're kind of working with some like virtual assistant from the Philippines as your accountability person. I mean, again, that's not very high quality specific knowledge you're getting from that person. And the training is low quality. You're thrown in with a bunch more people. You're kind of on sessions where there's like 30, 40 people just kind of hanging out, 5 questions at the end. You're detached from the person who's running the program. Like the coaches are not really like on your team. I mean, they're there to help you, yes, but they're not like you're not talking with them, have their personal number, checking in with them one-on-one. That's not happening, right? So you're thrown in with more people, and it's a longer path to success. That's the truth. Low ticket communities, and these communities usually are running from maybe like what we say. Can I write here? Can I type? There's a little bit of a comment I think I can run here. Yeah, these programs are usually going to be like around 100, let's say, to like maybe 300 per month, or you just pay like one time and maybe you'd get into the community for like, I don't know, $700, something like that. That's what you can see usually in these. I don't know how this commenting works here on Miro, but that's what you see in low ticket communities. They're not bad, again, and I know some low ticket communities that are really good, and some low ticket communities that I think have a lot of value, absolutely, and I'd be lying if I told you that wasn't the case. But they're not the best option if you can afford to invest in yourself and afford to get into a program that's higher priced, right? But that's what we see there, low ticket communities. There are opportunities there. And then lastly, what we have is high ticket coaching and mentoring. Now, I'm going to talk about this for a bit because it's important. And it's something that's dear to my heart because I run a high ticket coaching mentoring program, Quantum Level Protocols. That's our high ticket program. That's the only one we run right now. And we have an extremely high success rate in that program. We've been running it for 6 months now, coming up just on 6 months. And the success we've seen has been incredible. Now, there's pros and cons to this. High ticket coaching and mentoring. When I say high ticket coaching and mentoring, you need to listen to what I'm talking about. I do not mean a program like one of these mainstream sales programs that promises you, hey, you're going to train with us for 4 weeks and then we're going to place you on an offer. The moment you hear them saying in their sales pitch or in their marketing, we're going to help you find an offer, and that's the thing that they're screaming to the top of the hills, it's predatory, and odds are you're going to be in the wrong place. And here's why. It's not because you can't find an offer. It's not because I would tell you with our program, I would never say we can't help you find an offer, because we help people find offers. I literally hire people in our program. I've hired people for my company from our coaching program, and I've hired for other companies from our coaching program. Everyone in our program is on an offer unless they're not at a level where they can be on an offer yet and they need to work on their skills. Everyone is on an offer right now. But the problem is when companies start, I wish I could say the names, but you'll know who I'm talking about when you see these names. Or if you want to comment the names below, if you think you know who I'm talking about, write them below and I'll just respond like, yeah. So you know who I'm talking about though. When you see the marketing, I'm telling you how the industry works, guys. I'm giving you sauce. When you see the marketing and it says this new high income skill that allows you to just work from anywhere on your laptop, boom, it's a predatory offer. Because what they're doing is they're preying on your desire to have ease and your desire to like, well, I want the easy route to money, and you don't know how the industry works. You don't know how actually difficult it is to get hired in sales without the right mentoring and coaching and team around you. So what they're doing is they're like, hey, it's going to be an easy shot to the top, which is a marketing strategy. This is a sales strategy, which absolutely works. You're going to have this easy shot to the top, just doing like 1 or 2 things. Come in for a few calls, learn this high income skill, and you're going to get hired in a position where you can guaranteed make 5 to 10K per month. Yes, it can work like that, but it's not that easy. That's the problem. So the way you really get hired in sales in the top offers, again, you can use low ticket communities, you can use luck, you can use cold outreach. You absolutely can do that. But here's the best way to get hired in the high ticket space. The most important thing to understand is mentoring, coaching, and your network, okay? So here's the problem with those other the big programs. When you get lumped into a group where you're working with, let's say, 100 or 200 people even, the quality of mentoring, the quality of support drastically decreases. Drastically. Me as a business owner, I'm gonna have to solve this problem in the future. Right now, we have, I believe, 13 active clients in our program. It's very small, it's very intimate, it's very a tight-knit group. So everyone in our program, I give a lot of support and a lot of attention to. In a year, we're probably gonna have like 75 to 100 people. Maybe in the year, maybe a year and a half. I don't know how long it'll take to get there. But as we grow, things that I'm trying to figure out is how do we provide such an intimate, detailed level of attention and support where everyone is served, right? Now, what happens is a lot of these big programs are cash grabs. Cash grabs meaning their priorities, like the business owner, like, let me scale. And what's funny is, because me as a business owner right now, who's training people in sales and coaching people, bro, I want to fucking scale too. And it's always a conversation I'm having with my team, Dom, Frank. I'm always talking to them like, how do we scale, but at the same time, where my passion is coaching and really like working with people intimately, how do I still fulfill my passion, which is helping people? That's what I like. I love to make money. I want to make freaking good money. Trust me. I'm not going to tell you I don't care about the money. I want to make money. Absolutely. But for me, it's like I want to actually help people be in a better position. For me, the scaling isn't priority over that. Whereas for a lot of business owners, from what I've seen, it is actually. For me, it isn't. So what I'd say is the way you get hired in the sales space is have someone who's actually got your back. And when you get into their program, you're not just thrown into this group where you do some onboarding virtually and no one talks to you and you kind of have to like beg for support and help. But like, I'm talking a high ticket program now where you're paying 3K, 4K, 5K, whatever it may be, but where there's actually attention and actually someone who's like, hey, like we care about your success personally and you can have a conversation with us. Let's talk about where you're at. Let's figure out what you need. Let's figure out who you want to be. How can I support you and give you more of my time and more of my attention? Because as a business owner, it's damn hard to do that. Like I struggle with that. It's damn hard. Trust me. But we're always prioritizing it as much as we can. That's why our clients see a lot of success because the support is there. So the best way to get hired is being in a high ticket coaching or mentoring program, but making sure that it's mentoring, not where you're thrown into this group with a bunch of people, because then you get fucked over, then you get screwed. It's not that. It has to be mentoring and attention and hey, like, yo, we're there for you. We're putting our arm around you and walking you to the top. Not come into the system where there's over 200 people. It just doesn't work that way. That doesn't help you make money. Okay, so there's a couple benefits to finding offers with high ticket coaching and mentoring. And here's the pathway. Custom training is number one. Because what happens is in order to get hired on the best offers, and I'm going to explain to you more about that in a second, by the way. We have a lot to go through here, a little bit more. What happens is your skill set is the thing that's going to allow you to get hired on the best sales opportunities, right? If your skill set is good and people in this space vouch for you and they're like, okay, I have a closer named, let's say your name is Chris. I have a closer named Chris that I trained with. I trained Chris. Or let's say they were in the program with Chris. Like Chris was in the program with me. We were both students in this person's program. I know Chris really well. There's a sales opportunity that I've seen coming into this other network that I'm in. I'm going to put Chris on that sales opportunity or recommend him personally because there's that intimacy and that brotherhood, which again, we have in what we do. We have in our space, in what I've built. And that's very important. That's custom training. But the only way you're going to get on those offers, which are the best offers actually, you can see the best offers you're going to get, is if your skill set is good. That's the thing. And that's what our program is like. It's a skill set based program. And the way I do things, the way I learned, the way I got on the best offers, by the way, and the way I got the best opportunities was because I valued my skill set first. So it wasn't like, let me get into the sales space, pay 3, 4K for some influencer guy's coaching assistant to place me on some rinky-dink shit offer where the leads are like, I'm getting 10 calls a day, but they're not filtered. They're really bad people. And no one teaches me or gives me any help or support to grow in my career as a sales pro. Instead, it was like, I'm focusing on the skill set and being the best salesperson I can be. And the people I'm around that I'm training with inside of this paid mentorship program know that I'm good so that when an opportunity comes through, they're reaching out to me, right? Then I started sharing content about sales. I started talking about sales openly. I started talking about my successes, sharing my calls, and then more and more opportunities started coming through. So that's the game, right? If you want to get on the best offers, you need actually custom training to you and your skill set and where you're at to get you good as quickly as possible. What you don't want is to shell out $3,000, $6,000, $10,000 and be a sucky sales pro just because you're trying to get hired and trying to get jobs. Like it doesn't work that way and it doesn't help you. Okay, some of the negatives of high ticket coaching and mentoring is higher cost. you're gonna have to shell out some money. You're gonna have to put out cash. Absolutely. In this game, you can't. The truth is, you can't expect just to have things handed to you. You can maybe if you're in a low ticket community and you get lucky. But what's funny is in a low ticket community, a lot of those offers that are decent. Actually, there's good offers in low ticket communities. I won't tell you they're not. A lot of times, I've seen sales pros get on those offers and then get actually destroyed on the offers. They can't step up. They can't close. Then they come and train with me. That's what happens because we have a skill set based program, right? More risk as well. You're taking on more risk by being in those programs. Or excuse me, being in a high ticket program. You're taking on more risk because there's just more cash involved, right? You're spending more money. There's a not a high chance, but there's a chance of it not going well for you. If it's a good program, it should go well. You know, their success rate should be quite high, but there's a chance you're taking on a risk. That absolutely is the case. And that's part of the game of investing in yourself, right? So these are the three pathways. You have luck, cold outreach, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you can do it if you need to. If you have no other option, go to luck, go to cold outreach. But then you have low ticket communities, which is a good middle ground. You know, investing $200, $300 a month. You try to get on some offer, try to get some opportunity. Your progression is going to be very slow. You're not going to get good fast. It's going to take you a while to progress and get better. And then what we have is high ticket coaching and mentoring, where you have someone working with you personally, kind of a hybrid. They're giving you some one-on-one attention, plus you're working in a group, and then they're personally customizing a strategy for you to get better, for you to change the game, for you to get results. Now, here's what gets interesting. In order to get to that 10K per month mark, you need to understand this equation right here. And this is something I absolutely believe in. We call it opportunity times skill set. Okay? Opportunity essentially is the opportunities that come your way, but they're going to be multiplied by your skill set. So let's say that you have an opportunity to work for an ecomm offer. If your skill set is really, really good, you'll perform better on the ecomm offer, right? You could have amazing opportunities, but if your skill set isn't good, you're always going to be limited in how much money you can make. Take my guy Charlie right now. Charlie's one of the guys in our program, and he's on pace to have like a 12 to 15K pounds, UK pounds month, which means he can earn anywhere from 14K USD to around 18, 19K US dollars right now. He's on track for that this month. Or take Colin, who's in the middle of having a 6K month in the middle of the month right now, which means he's going to be able to crack 12, 15K USD. Take Sati. I just made a case study with him on our channel. The reason why these guys are crushing it is because, one, they are in a good opportunity, and they got those opportunities because of who they knew. Because, again, up here, high ticket mentoring, coaching, they were in the industry, they knew people in the network because they got involved in the game by investing at a high level, right? Okay, and then what happens is they had these good opportunities, but then they had their skill set increase. So now they can max out the opportunity. Because if you're on a good opportunity, but your skill set is shit, you will not make money. You will be stuck, you will plateau, you will be poor. That's a fact. Okay, so a couple things you need to work on. Here's the progression that I found that's going to make you the most money. It starts with working on your scripting and delivery. When people come into our training program, they immediately start working on their script. The first thing is memorize the script so you understand how to communicate at a very, very high level, and you can produce on any offer that you're on at a high level. Scripting and delivery is first. Secondly is pitching. How do you pitch? Which means like, how do you present? And this is if you're on an offer. When people are on offers, this is the progression we work on with them. When you're closing already, here's how I progress you through your offer to get better and make more money. How do you pitch the offer? How does it sound when you pitch? We use something called a benefits-driven pitch, which is where we focus on the good things, the benefits of where you will be when using our program. And if you can learn how to use a benefits-driven pitching structure, you'll make way more money because the prospects will feel, yes, I want to do this the moment you pitch. And then when you work on objection handling. Objection handling is when someone has some reservations or hesitations about moving forward with the program or with your offer. How do you get them from I'm not sure, I'm nervous, to hey, let's do it, signing right now, let's get started. That's objection handling. And then lastly, we have leadership. Leadership is you becoming that salesperson, that closer, who takes full responsibility for the person you're talking to, for where they're at, to get them to the next level, to get them to where they need to be. This is the game, and this is why I say all the time, the skills pay the bills. Because again, like a lot of these programs are promising, you can get on any kind of offer you want, you can get on a great offer, but if your skills are not up to par, if you're not cut out for it, then what's going to happen? You're going to crash and burn. You're not going to get paid. You're not going to make money, and you're going to be just like those other sales pros that stay broke, that don't make cash, that don't cash out, that don't win. And I don't want that for you, okay? That's it. That's how this works. I want to show you guys something else in 1 second that's going to help you and give you a lot of great insights. Give me a second here. I'm going to continue sharing my screen, but I want to show you something really cool. So if you look here, this is our school community called Quantum Level. Okay, it's a free school community that I've got, and that's why I always say on these calls, I've got nothing to sell you at all. I have a paid program, but I'm not going to say that on YouTube. We don't do that here. It's just free value here. So what you can see here, we have a free community called Quantum Level. We actually have 520 membership requests pending, and you can see in 6 hours we're actually doing a free sales training. And every single Thursday we do this free sales training, and we talk about objections. We role play. I give guys and gals on the sessions insights on how to find the best offers in the sales space. And I literally break down to them the entire roadmap needed for how to go from where they are now, which is maybe zero or making low money, 1K, 2K in sales, not doing great, to actually making a bunch of money, as our people inside of our program have done, right? The other thing inside of our program, or inside of Quantum Level, is it's not just like a community, it's literally like a program. You have these programs at the top. You see money and mindset training, how to fucking close deals, objection handling like a gangster. These are literally free classes, like free courses. I shouldn't say classes, free courses where I break down for you my calls. You can see these are my actual sales calls here, stuff I don't have on YouTube. I show my sales calls. I show to you how to get sales gigs. We have an entire training on literally finding sales gigs that's a little more in depth than what we've gone through here. I have a lot of value on how to make money in the sales space, how to handle fear. This is basically an entire course, an entire program. It's free completely on how you can win in sales, how to close deals. I have my entire closing process. We literally have a bunch of sales trainings and live role plays on handling objections, tons of things like that. And you can see here, objection handling like a gangster. This is an entire course. Look at this. This is insane. An entire course on how to handle objections and how to make money in this game. Okay. So if you want to do this, if you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join Quantum Level. The link is down below this video. It's free to join. I don't approve every request. In fact, most of the requests I don't approve. This group could be at 1,500 people easily. This is the proof. We have 521 membership requests pending. I'm not going to click this because I don't want to show everyone's faces. But you can see we have the requests here. I don't approve all of them. Because, hey, a lot of people who try to join this, I just don't like the vibe they're putting out. I don't like the energy. There's a bunch of reasons. It's my group. I can decide. That's the game. Sorry. So what you do is you request to join and ask and answer the questions competently. If you want to make it in sales, don't say in the answers, no, I'm here for self-mastery. Say that you're a closer or you're not a closer yet and you want to be a closer. If you say you're here for self-development, I'm probably not going to approve you because this is a sales training it's a sales training group, a sales training program. It's a free program. Okay. So I'll see you there. We have so much value. There's a lot of people that are sharing role play links. We help people finding offers. We train for free every single week. Okay. Goodbye. Hopefully this video made sense. Come and join me inside the group. I train you every single Thursday. We're about to have one in 6 hours, and you're probably going to miss it because this video is going to come out after that. So next week I'll see you. If you've been in the group, you can if you're in Quantum Level, you can come train with me. All right, goodbye. I will see you. Take care. Have an amazing one, and let's start making money.